What's up, YouTube? Think Vesting here. Hope everyone is enjoying the rise in precious metal prices. Looking at my own stack, I can see that my gold stack is right about even in terms of having to have paid premiums in previous years. If I sold for spot right now, I'd actually be break even at this point, and that's actually a gain in a certain sense because a large portion of our stack is actually made up of coins, and some of them are higher premium coins such as the China gold panda, which is about 5 to 6% premium here in Singapore. So I'd say that we're up by at least 5% in terms of the rare bullion amount, which we could get if we sold at this point. Not that we're selling. The good thing is that it's quite interesting to at least see bullion prices, and we can see a figure where we're at least even and we're not in the red. The flip side of that, of course, is that the rise of prices, especially in gold, is making us think twice about whether or not we want to purchase at these prices. We're not entirely sure if a correction is due, especially because it's still the first quarter, and generally prices are highest during these first 3 months after the November-December rise. What we've seen is that in November-December prices tend to go a little bit lower before rising up here in the first quarter. So we're a bit scratching our heads right now and trying to figure out, okay, do we exactly want to buy at these prices? And right now we're comfortable looking at it and saying, you know what, we can actually wait a few more months and figure out whether these prices are sustainable or these are still part of seasonality effect. Silver prices, we're also not comfortable buying at this point, if only because we had bought about 50 ounces, not a lot, about 50 ounces, and we're trying to round that off with about 20-30 more ounces, or maybe 1 kilo. But at these prices, our average price per ounce would rise so significantly that it's given us reason to pause and really just observe the market first. Try to figure out if prices are headed up. How is everybody doing? Are you actually comfortable with these prices? Are you still buying? I've been looking to add a few more coins to my collection, but interestingly enough, a 2006 1/10 gold panda that I'd purchased disappeared in transit. I was paid off. The buyer was supposedly paid off. So we're both scratching our heads as well. But the weird thing was, suddenly I see the same coin in eBay being sold only in the United States. And again, it disappeared after a few days. So I wasn't quite sure what to make of it. I was refunded, so that's fine. The seller was also refunded, so that's fine. But I really would have wanted to get that coin because I won it in an auction. And I don't know how exactly that coin disappeared and reappeared a few days after. I'm also trying to get my hands on another set of gold panda coins, also in the 1/10 size. I'm trying to fill up some gaps from 2001 all the way up to 2006, but I'm taking my time, especially because it involves purchasing 2 key dates, or 1 key date and maybe one semi-key date. I'm talking about the 2002 and the 2006 gold pandas. The 2004, for some reason, is also quite hard to spot in the eBay listings right now. But again, I'm not buying at these prices. I feel that the prices are still significantly higher than I'd be willing to pay for them. So I'm just observing at this point. And I've been making a few competitions over the past few weeks, and I think we're fairly close to achieving our gold targets. I think we're down to about something in the realm of about 7 more ounces. And that just brings up our total to a nice round figure that I'm comfortable with. And afterwards, I would like to really build up a bit more on cash and see if any kind of corrections happen, especially with the Philippine stock market. I'd really like to get our hands on a bit more of an equity position, especially with the biggest real estate developers. For those of you who've been with our channel for a longer time, you'd know that we are primarily invested in real estate, and we're finding that the prices of physical properties, real estate properties in the Philippines today have just jumped tremendously. And really, payback period and the return of our capital is somewhere in the realm of 15 to 30 years. Oh my goodness. This is the first time that I've actually experienced this. I haven't really seen this before. And so our particular conclusion at this point is that newer properties right now are something that we would probably not aspire to own at this point, but we'd probably be on the hunt for older properties with prices that are more similar to previous prices, so that our payback period is somewhere in a more decent range, like maybe 10, maximum of maybe 12 years. So that's a bit disappointing in that sense, because something that's been quite familiar to us is now off limits for the meantime, because the payback period and ROI is just pretty ridiculous at this point. That being said, it's also one of those things that I've been talking about with my wife. I've actually told her to be a bit more observant with market movements and pricing in real estate and in equity markets, especially because now, like previously, they were her and her family were more into time deposits. And now after seeing the returns, they shifted to property many years back. And I think for the most part that they still think the returns are there, but really the market has shifted, and it really calls for reevaluation at this point, to make sure that the returns are still attractive. And that we protect ourselves against any kind of downside in the market. Well, that's it for this video. As always, I'd like to wish everyone continued prosperity and success, and I look forward to seeing you in the next few videos. Please like, comment, and subscribe. See you. Bye.